And he's going to get open once he comes across the cornerback in coverage because he's got inside leverage. You get a very easy one-play touchdown there. And he'll get past the, he'll get outside above the cornerback for a very easy one-play touchdown because he's held down by the corner route. And we're going to see how that streak changes everything as the B receiver comes open across the other side. If you guys are looking for fast, cheap, reliable coins for your college football 25 team, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. The champ is here! Welcome back, Money Team. This is Mad Money Shot, snipping out the college cheese as always. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys an hour-long preview of what I think might be the best playbook in the entire game, and that's my Georgia offensive ebook, which is the first ebook that I put out, and I still feel like it's one of the best playbooks in the entire game. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, as always, I already put out Alabama. I'll try to have links in the description as well as popping up in the top right corner right now, as well as on screen at the end of the video if you guys want to see that, if you prefer to use Alabama. But I already put out 2 different full hour-long breakdowns, this playbook here and Alabama, which, like I said, 2 of the best playbooks in the entire game, which are really designed to just give you guys an idea of what you get if you get my ebooks. I'm also going to break down 3 of the best offensive formations in Georgia because there are also 3 formations that I rarely use in gameplay. It's going to be the gun bunch Y flex, and the gun cluster, all of which are bunch formations, which I typically don't like to use because I just feel like they're too meta and they've been around for too long. I typically like to find new stuff, stuff that not a lot of people are using, and these are like the meta formations that people have been using forever. So that's why I'm giving you guys for free. But if you guys want to check out some of the lesser known formations that I broke down in my ebook, you can download this or any of my ebooks instantly simply by clicking links in the description or the top pinned comment. Next up, we have the Z spot. Go ahead, we'll go continue to go random. Another play, just streak B. You got your high-low concept, which is really going to be best against man or zone. Really don't know what that was, but you can see that he tried to. It looked like a man match to me. Here's a cover 0. Which you can see this route can still beat that as well. Although I probably shouldn't have streaked the tight or the B receiver. But you can see how this corner route can really beat man or zone. It's just a bit spotty, as you can see right there. It didn't work out that time. That looked like a cover 1. It was just like double teamed. Although that was probably a bracket defense, if I'm being honest. I probably just threw right into a double bracket. But you can still see how it's pretty consistent. Man or zone. That was a crazy catch. But I'm reading the high-low. If the tight end's there, you got to take that. And I haven't taken that yet, so we'll take that. You know what I mean? You're reading whichever way the zones drop. Although the flat won't beat man like the corner route will. Next up, we have the Z spot and go. We'll go random once again. I didn't really mention how you can change the zone, the depth of the RB route the same way, you know, just to kind of try to manipulate any zone drop depth. So if you're finding your opponents using a certain zone drop depth, you can do that, but it's the same concept where you're just streaking B. If the short route gets open, you take it. That won't beat man. It's another play where you can put the B route on a streak and it'll pull back zones for the A and the corner route. The corner route can beat man, but it's not necessarily the most consistent man beater. You also have the running back in the flat here, which is a good zone beat on the other side, so you really can, you know, you have a secondary option at least. Next up, we got the PA post. It's going to be specifically a cover 0 play. The B route gets open inside once it cuts away from the defender. I didn't even make any blocking adjustments there. I can put the running back on a check and release and you know, slide my protection to pick up. But yeah, I mean the B receiver is a very consistent and quick, easy one-play touchdown against cover 0. Next up, we have the motion RPO alert bubble. So here it looks like we have a zone. It's really going to depend on what that cornerback does in front of him. As you can see, blitzed. Eventually, he kind of came down, looked like he was going to defend him, but that's pretty much going to be your best look. If it's a zone coverage and the cornerback in front of the bubble doesn't play the bubble right away, as you can see right here, he drops back, so that'll give me an opportunity. But realistically, you know, it only really works against zones where the cornerback in front just kind of lags away from the play. Right here, he goes inside. That's when I can throw it outside. That's pretty much going to be the best opportunity. Next up, out of the bunch, we have the motion PA sail. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start off by picking some random formations. But here you got a nice little bubble screen leak to the B receiver, but that's only really going to work against zone coverages. That's not really going to be too great against man. You have a concept on the other side also with the tight end and the streak. If you want to, you could just flat B and just work that side as the high-low concept. You can see right here we get a man coverage. That route will really beat man or zone, and you can play the high-low, although you kind of have that already with the running back. I just didn't feel like waiting for this motion. But like I said, you do have a high-low with the running back who will also beat zone coverage in the flat here, and then you can just use that high-low with the tight end, as that's a very good concept as well against zone. Can also have a lot of potential big plays, more specifically to cover 2. So let's go, let's pick cover 2. No real adjustments needed. The tight end is going to work out pretty well, although once again, I feel like this would work best if you did the flat adjustment. As you can see right there, the cornerback doesn't really react to the running back the same way that he would react to the flat. So let's do the flat adjustment. Like I said, that'll hold the cornerback down a little bit better as we get instantly sacked there. I don't know what happened. We'll do it again. Like I said, block the running back because at this point I already have a flat. And now you can see how that tight end is going to be a really big play. And if you have a lot of speed at tight end, you can catch and run that for a one-play touchdown. But that works against any zone. Next up, we have the motion PA cross switch. Continue to go random. Let's go to nickel though. This right here, you have the bubble screen, and then you have the crossing routes. We're just going to read from front to back. If the bubble screen's there, you can take that for a good catch and run underneath. But the crossing routes are going to be a bigger play, and I feel like you don't really need the running back. So we'll go ahead and block him because he just slows up my ability to throw the ball if I want to. As you can see, we got that crossing route there. We'll take that over the middle. Just reading from front to back, high to low. I feel like the tight end is probably going to be the best route, the A receiving tight end. That route tends to get open pretty well over the middle, although there I kind of squeezed it between a tight window. And you could also put the B route on just a straight drag and then work your high-low that way, because I don't really feel like that bubble screen is as effective. As you can see right here, we get a man coverage. We can just take that underneath. Very easy play. So one more time. And this, I can still keep that zone, by the way. As you can see right there, like I said, that route there to me is my favorite, the deepest route. Probably gets open the most. I think we're going to get it here in a man coverage look too, although I probably should have waited a little bit and threw it more to the outside. That's really more on the trajectory of the ball, which is kind of my fault. So we get that zero, get that drag. All three of these routes really beat man or zone. That's one of the beauties of the play. So we're going to block this guy again. Like I said, I find myself waiting for this route a lot. As you can see right there, it just drops in such a nice spot. I haven't really hit the RB route yet, though. That's also a very good route. It's just good timing between these routes. You know what I mean? Like there's really good separation when it comes to timing. They're not all like running on top of each other. It's just good spacing. So here we go. Get that A route. Oh, he dropped back on it. But I really find, like I said, I feel like I really like the A route the most. Here's the RB route open. Like I said, I finally got an opportunity to hit him. But all three routes really get open against just about anything. You just have to kind of watch the separation in the zones. And I also neglected to mention, we'll go back at it one more time. Put the running back on a comeback route and motion him across. And now when your opponent leaves the center of the field to chase these crossers, you'll have the running back underneath, just sitting wide open in the middle of the field. So let's do that one time. Just want to get that look on tape. I don't think I'm going to get it because it's a man coverage, but still, like I said, it's just a good, check down valve if your opponent chases all the crosses, which they typically do. Next up, we have the mesh spot. Go ahead and pick random once again. You just have two drags here, and you have the routes pulling back. I'm not really going to worry about the routes pulling back. I'm just going to focus on the drags. As we also have a good comeback route here, which can beat man, although I probably threw that with bad timing. But that's something that you can do, especially if your opponent leaves the middle of the field with their like if they're chasing the crossing routes or they chase the drags, then you have that comeback route just sitting in the middle of the field wide open a lot of times. But that's all this play really is, just really working the double drags. This play can also be a big play against cover one hole. The Y receiver can be a very good play against cover one if you lob it up once he gets around the edge. It really makes sense at this point to try to put somebody on a streak, but the A tight end does a decent enough job. But yeah, this is pretty much it. You can see right here, he just ran right past him that time, which is something I've noticed about man coverage, is it can be a bit spotty. So like I said, right here, we're just lobbing it up. Once he turns that corner, typically going to be enough for an easy one-play touchdown against most things, most cover one man. Next up, we have the halfback slip screen. Just a good screenplay. The A tight end on the other side is something that can beat zone as well, so you're not just stuck with the running back, the slip screen. If he's not there, if he has trouble getting out from his blocks, or the user is all over it, you can always go to the flat just as long as he's not running man coverage. Next up, we got the mid draw. It's just a good inside run play. Typically, the defensive line gets up the field and creates some space once you by the time you get this handoff going. So it's just a good inside run. Not the greatest. Probably best against cover 4 drop players because the spacing that's in cover 4 drop. Next up, we get the halfback base. Just another good run play. You can run it inside or you can run it outside depending on what you see. But you can, you gotta follow that lead blocker 9 times out of 10. He's gonna lead you to space. But you can see here, I cut back. I mean, I'm really just watching for opportunities, as this play can be used in a multitude of ways, inside or outside, or cut back to the left. Next up, we have the cross. We'll go ahead and pick random. Another play, motion in this receiver here, and you're really just working the high-low between the crossing routes. You can put the running back on a curl just so you have another route, as a lot of times you'll need that check down. Right there you can see the guys were just having a hard time getting across the jam, so that's something that can be helpful. But yeah, that's just going to pull back while you're going to basically work the high-low concept here, taking whatever the defense gives you. If they drop down aggressively on the short route, just take the deeper route. It's really that simple. Right here we have, I'm gonna wait on the deep route. As you can see, they were kind of dropping on the short route, but that's pretty much it. You're just reading the high-low, and then you have your check down over the middle with the running back. This play can also be a one-play touchdown against a lot of different things. So let's go ahead and let's pick that. We're gonna continue by going with man 0 to start. Man 0 blitz. Motion this guy in once again. Block and release the running back. We can change our blocking structure if we want, but once I motion him in, I just put him on a post, and he's going to get open once he comes across the cornerback in coverage, because he's got inside leverage. You get a very easy one-play touchdown there. Next up, we'll choose cover 1. Same setup, really. Just going to put him on a post. And the crossing route, the B crossing route is pretty good too. Although you can see I'm going for the post route. That's probably the best play.
Here we go.
Next up, we'll choose, where we at here? We'll choose cover 2. So I'll put A on a 10-yard out route, so I don't have to lose my crossing checkdowns. Motion this guy in, put him on a post. And we're also going to bring that up to about 20 yards on the custom stem. You can streak Y also, try to pull back that safety. And you can see how the safety can't commit as the receiver gets wide open once he crosses inside. And you still have your check down crossing routes. Next up, we'll choose cover 2 zone. So streak A. Motion him across, put Y on a curl once again, and you'll see how the X receiver can get open over the top, because the cornerback can't really, the drag's coming across, so the cornerback's kind of got to pay attention to that. So he can't fully commit to this route, even though he does turn and run. He hesitates quite a bit. As you can see right there, he turns back, and we get a bad throw. You only really get this look if you run it from a hash mark to the shorter side, by the way. You won't necessarily get this look otherwise. So, but you're getting that, you got the ability, if you can get a catch and run, to possibly house this. So let's do this one more time. really all about time. And I'm watching that corner. So when he hesitates, I have my opportunity. That was a one. Like I said, I'm getting big plays, but I want to see if I can score as I motion the wrong guy across. I'll try it one more time, see if I can score. Because I think it's there to be had. So you see, once he hesitates and comes back, boom, we're over the top, and we are gone. So one play touchdown. Next up, we'll choose cover 3. Cover 3 regular, wherever that is. Motions guy, once again, put him on a post. And then extend that to about 20 yards. And it'll be an easy peasy one play touchdown once he crosses. As you can see, the cornerback's held down by those shorter routes.
Let's go.
Next up, we'll pick that again. We'll choose cover 4 match. Another play, motions guy and put him on a post. An actual post, there we go. And that's all you really got to do. As you can see, he crosses. Fuck, man. It's another play, just post this guy. And you can see how he's going to get open once he crosses, as that safety is really confused about which crossing route he's supposed to cover. Another play, just motion this guy in here, put him on a post, an actual post, and then just put the running back on a curl, and you can just custom stem it up to about 10 yards to hold the safety. And you can see how that's going to help this guy get open over the top. Although a weird catch and run almost caught me at one play touchdown. We'll do it one more time. Set motion this guy in, post him. You don't have to do anything else. Although if you put him on a post before he motions, he turns into something else. But like I said, we just want to either smart route or curl or custom stem the wide receiver, and it's going to create separation or help create separation for this guy when he crosses the field. Next up, we'll choose cover 4 drop. Same idea, motion this guy in, custom stem him up one time. Although still having trouble with that custom stem, but that's all you really got to do. And we'll get open over the top of the cornerback outside here, although I got a bad throw. I still find the best way is probably just to motion this guy in, as I don't know why it keeps doing that. But you're going to see how this is going to be the easiest because it's open outside the cornerback. And it's just, that's probably the easiest way, the most consistent. Next up, we got cover 6. Let's go, let's do that. Same idea, motion this guy and put him on a post, and then stem it about 5 yards deeper. And you can see how this guy gets forgotten on the other side. Although if I really want to hold that guy down, I could do something for that too. But realistically, it would just make sense to custom stem this up 5 more yards to 20. So that he'll get over that a little bit easier, over that safety. You see this guy here is in no man's land all by himself. Next up, we got the corner strike. Another high-low concept, just streak RB to pull back any deep zones in the area. And it'll give you an opportunity for to take the cornerback or the A flat. Just take whatever defense gives you. If the flat's there. I made a mistake there as I thought he was dropping back. It kind of juked me out. But yeah, that's pretty much all you're going to do. Here we got what looks like cover 2. That's going to be a very big play against that. So I ran out of bounds. But yeah, against any zone really, that streak should help. Especially if you can just come back to the ball underneath the defenders. Next up, we got the bunch trail. We're going to go ahead. We're going to start off with random. This play is really a man design with the B route, which I will redrag by the way, acting as a clear out, and then the A tight end coming back over the middle. That's pretty much the idea. But you could also put the B route on a streak, and that'll help to pull back, allowing for the RB route to get open underneath against a lot of different zones. If you're going to go this route though, you probably want to just put the tight end to a flat and work the high-low concept, as one of these guys will pretty much get open every single time. As you can see right there, that was probably a cover 2, which is going to be the most explosive version there. But this is a one-play touchdown against just about everything. So let's go ahead and let's start off with cover 0, whatever that is. Where are we at here? Man zero blitz. Go ahead, we'll continue with, I don't know. This is just man blitz, I guess. So against cover zero, it's best to motion this guy in so he has inside leverage. And then we'll just change our blocking structure here. And you'll see how the X receiver just has so much inside leverage that he's typically going to get gone the second he rotates past the defender. And that's because he starts to play with inside leverage every time we make the motion in. Next up, we'll pick that again and we'll choose cover one. I'll put RB on a post, block the running back, and we'll flip that play. And now you'll see how the RB route can get open or the X route can get open once they cross the safety. As you can see, I really have two options. Next up, we have cover two man. And all we gotta do is put the RB guy, the RB route down. Just bring that down a little bit. And X is gonna cross the safety. It'll be a very easy one-play touchdown once he does.
Come on, set.
Next up, we have cover two zone. Motion this guy in again. Put the B receiver on a streak to pull back. And the RB receiver is going to be a very big play. That's a potential catch and run one-pick touchdown if you get the sideline.
Let's go.
You could also motion him across and put the B receiver on a 10-yard out route. And the RB receiver will hold the mid-read while the other post gets open over the middle. Go ahead and pick that again. This time we'll choose cover three.
Here we go.
So, a couple different setups here. Once again, we can motion in this guy and then bring the RB route down. That's all you really have to do, and the X receiver will clear the safety once he crosses. Although a little bit of a tight throwing window, but still a good play. You can also motion this guy across and put B on a corner route, then bring that corner route down. You don't only have to bring it down one, you don't have to go crazy. But this will be a good play too, where the RB receiver will come across the safety, and if he would have caught her in that, it would have been a one-play touchdown, but we're going to do it again. You can also put A on a streak, motion out B, put him on a comeback, and then extend the RB route to about 25, and he'll get past the he'll get outside above the cornerback for a very easy one-play touchdown because he's held down by the corner route. Or you can motion this guy across, extend X, and put B on a curl and bring that all the way down to 0. And this will have a lot of success too once the RB route crosses the middle of the field. You can see how if you still can't, you got to get a catch and run, but he keeps messing that up. But you can see how he gets split as well. But that's 3 different setups. So I'm going to move on. This time we'll choose cover 4 palms. Another play, you can motion out B, put him on a comeback, put A on a streak, put RB on a 25 or a 20. It doesn't really matter. And you'll see how he'll get open outside of his what's essentially his man matching defender. So you could also motion this guy and put B on a post, and that's all you really got to do. Although I don't know what happened there, he didn't go on a post, but yeah, motion that guy in, put B on a post, and X is going to get open. B could also get open. You see, we bomb that up over the top. I'll say that one more time. We said B on a post. That's what we really got to do. A lot of times B will get forgotten, although he's really not getting forgotten there. But like I said, you can see how X works anyway. Next up, we'll choose the bunch trail again, and then we'll pick cover 4 drop and tame. Same idea here. Motion this guy out, put him on a comeback route. Then we're gonna put RB on a custom stem up to about 25, and the streak will pull back while this guy just gets open outside of the comeback route, outside of the corner that's being held down by the comeback route. Next up, we got cover 6. Do cover 6. So motion this guy in, put B on a post. That's all you really got to do. And you can see how X is just getting way forgotten. Although I don't know if I didn't know if he's going to catch that. But another easy play similar to the cover 4 look. Next up, we'll choose cover 9. So same idea, B on a post, although this time I'm going to put A on a streak. And we're going to see how that streak changes everything as the B receiver comes open across the other side. Next up we have the bench pivot. Go random again. This is another play with the corner route, or with the speed out route rather. As you can see, I can steal that all game and just shield the defender on my body to get 5 or more if I can get a good catch and run here. You can see the cornerback dropping back. Any zone really, other than maybe cover 2 hard flats, is going to sit on this and get open. I mean, as you can see, I'm just taking that. Good cover 0. I showed this in a different play with the exact same route, and he got around that corner and almost got up the field for a touchdown. So there's a guaranteed 5. You can also put the RB route on a streak though to pull back coverage, and now you have a high-low concept. Although I don't think that that route's going to consistently beat man, even though I tried to force it there. The X receiver can beat man in zone 2 though. As you can see here, he'll be a good check down over the middle on the opposite side. It's just a good square in route. Next up we have the Z spot. It's going to pick that. Go random. Put B on a streak. You have that high-low concept one more time that works well against zone. If the underneath route's there, just take it. Take what you can get, as that'll be there the most based off the fact that these deeper routes will pull back the coverage. If you want to, you can motion this guy out, put him on a streak, and you have a high-low on both sides. Although you don't have a check down on the other side. And there, I mean, he did get open, but I threw it a little bit late because I was trying to read both sides of the field, which obviously is not necessarily helpful. You don't want to run your offense like that. You always want to split the field in half. Here we got a man coverage, and like I said, that will work against man, but obviously against man you want to run it from a hash mark to the open side of the field. You want to definitely have more space because obviously the further the route's being run, the better the chance you have of getting open. We actually have a cover 0 here from the looks of it. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can get that route open. As you can see here, he can get open, but once again, the pressure made me throw it. But corner routes do beat man pretty consistently. So we'll go ahead and we'll work. Looks like that might have been a man, but he didn't cover right away, so I tried to take it underneath. Definitely going to have some sort of matching coverage here as we get the corner route up once again. So the corner route is definitely best against zone coverage. This is definitely a better zone concept than a man concept, but the corner route can beat man. So just keep that in mind. Except we have the verticals play. Put it random. This play here, put the X route on a drag, and if it's a zone, this B receiver can get open underneath it for a quick throw. It's just about any zone but hard flats. You can motion him out too, and you can see. I was about to say if he doesn't match there, it'd be a really good look. But that's a cover 2 man. Sometimes that you can get up the field on that cover 2 man when you motion him out, but it's not as consistent as I would like. But here we go, off zone. Take that underneath. Cover 3, cover 4. Those cornerbacks drop back. You just throw it underneath. Next up, we got the speed dig. Let's go and pick that. We'll start off with random, if I can find it. Very confusing. So another play. Just drag B, and you'll have a series of crossing routes. Not B, RB. Like I said, once again, B is my favorite play. Next up, we'll pick cover 3. This play's natural cover 3 won't play touchdown, but if you put A on a streak, it's going to make it even easier, as that'll help to pull back the safety and get this guy open up the seam. Although got a horrible underthrow there. Let's go ahead and do that again. So it's just an easy play when he crosses here. He's just going to cross to space for a very easy one-play touchdown. You can motion out the X tight end, and it'll be even better. I'm not sure if he's on an actual comeback route either. I mean, it is a comeback route, but I'm not sure if it's like your traditional depth. So let's go ahead and let's just put him on. You can put him on a comeback route. It's fine the way it is, but if you want, you can put him on you can re-comeback route him, and you can see how we get an easy one-play touchdown over the top there. You can do that with cover 4 as well. So let's go and let's pick cover 4 palms. Same idea. Motion him out. Like I said, I put him on a comeback route again, although I'm not even sure if I really did that. But you can see how the RB route here once again crosses to space, has a very easy one-play touchdown. Same thing for cover 4 drop.
Spider.
Cover 4 drop contains going to be the same.
Slap.
So that same idea. Motioning this guy out is best. Streaking A. You pull back both the safeties, and RB will get open outside. Although, like I said, it's best to re-comeback route there. So I'll motion this guy out, put him on a comeback route again, because like I said, that's not like your regular comeback route. I think that's kind of a worse version. And you can see how that'll hold the cornerback down. Streak pulls the safety back. Easy one-play touchdown when he crosses the free safety. Next up, we got the RPO alert out.
Set. Base. Lasso. Lasso.
So this play here, really just watching the defender in front of the A receiver. If he drops down, like right there, he drops inside away from the play, so I can take it outside to the RPO, just get what I can get.
Easy.
But if he drops down like here, which still didn't matter because he actually got picked up, I could have actually threw that and probably could have got something. But yeah, I mean, if he gets picked up on the block, it's a different story. So you're really just watching the action over there before deciding whether you want to pass or not. See right here, once again, he drops away from the play. Anytime you drop away from the play, you can do that. Like I said, if they drop down and get immediately picked up on the block, then it's all game. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want. Obviously, I'm not getting a ton, but this is a very good, average play. And if I want to, I can also run it with the running back, although I kind of forced it there.
42 Spider.
Or I can keep it with the quarterback by holding A. But realistically, I don't choose this play to do that. I choose this play for the screen, as I'm just trying to, get something inside here, just to put something good on camera. But the running play is definitely the secondary option. Next up, we got the inside zone. Just continue to pick random. This is just a play if your opponent isn't, they're not respecting the run. You switch to an inside zone, so they're coming out in something too small. Small defensive packages, although this doesn't appear to be anything like that. But I could be taking this right up the middle, try to get. I probably get more yards, but I'm trying to bust it to the outside as we get a blitz right in my gap. But I mean, I'm not expecting anything crazy here. Here we finally get something, but like I said, it's just an inside run. You're not expected to get huge runs with this. You're just supposed to, this is basically your dive. This is your 3 to 5 yard average. Next up, we got the slip screen. The flat route tight end can beat zone coverage, but it doesn't beat man. So if it's man, you have to throw it to the bubble or to the screen. But if it's zone, you have a good secondary option. And you can see how, not always the blocking gets out there. That's why it's good to have a good second option like this. As you can see, everything drops back. I can just take this underneath and get, close to 10. So that's a good secondary option, but the best play is obviously going to be to the screen. Next up, we got the dig return. Go random. It's another play we can motion across one of these receivers, put them on a streak, and then put the running back on a flat. And that'll help you get one of them open in a high-low concept. The tight end here can beat man, but it's a tight end, not a receiver, so just remember that. It's not going to be as good as an actual receiver, but let's go through this one more time. Like I said, the high-low concept here, one of these routes should get open. Looks like we have a cover 4. We get a bad throw, but you can see how that could beat just about any zone. So let's do that again. And looks like we have another man coverage. Like I said, he can beat man. It's something that's... you just have to watch. It's not always going to beat man, but it can beat man, and it'll pretty much always beat zone as well. Next up, we have the dagger play. Let's pick that. Keep going random. Another play here. Put X on a streak, block the running back, and put the RB route on a drag, and have 3 levels of passing. You can put the running back on a route too, which I'll show you here in a second. But all the 3 of these crossing routes will beat man and zone. I actually think it's a good idea to put the running back either on a curl and motion him to the other side, so he's kind of left over in the middle of the field. Once your opponent starts chasing all these crossing routes, he'll just be sitting in the middle of the field for an easy check down. But you could also give yourself another check down underneath by putting him on a flat or a check and release, and that'll give you another route. So we get a man coverage. This is probably the worst time to have done that. I read man 0, but I still thought I could get it off. So let's do this one more time. Make sure I'm dragging the right guy. As you know, the B route here, like I said, the B is my favorite because it's the deepest, and it really works well against man and zone. You can check and release the Y running back too, and you see how the A receiver here, you know, you're just watching where the zones are flowing. If they're flowing down towards the drag, you throw it over the top to one of the other receivers. Here we get that man zero look. So we'll go ahead. This here, I'm probably going to try to get the A receiver because that's a potential catch on one-play touchdown against man zero. But you can see if I change my blocking assignment, check and release my running back, we can do that very easily. Next up, we get the halfback choice. Let's pick that. We'll pick random on defense. The speed out route that the B receiver is running can really get open against anything. You're going to want to run it from a hash mark to the open side of the field, though. That's going to be a bigger, I mean, you don't have to be on a hash mark. You want to run to the open side of the field so it actually has some catch and run space to get open. But you can see how this route can really get open against anything other than maybe cover two hard flats, which is something that might have been there. It's really hard to say. But you can see how this route is, you know, I'm not even reading the defense. I'm just running it and throwing it to the outside. And it's pretty consistent, although I'm not quite getting the consistency I'm expecting. Here's a cover one man. Like I said, if I throw it when he breaks. I mean, once again, if I'm running it from the direct hash mark, probably be even easier. So you can see right there, that's a cover three. He just dropped back out of the play entirely. So, you know, cover three, cover four, man coverages. You're going to steal this all game. I'm getting close to 10 yards on that last play. So 5 to 10 yards, like I said, if I really want to run it from a hash mark, it'll get way more catch and run space. And it won't affect the ability for the play to get open either. As you can see here, it looked like he was double teamed there. That might have been one of those double team defenses. You can see there we get 12 yards now, so it's very consistent to that route. You can also motion across one of these receivers and put them on a streak, and then put the running back on a flat to create a high-low concept on the other side, which will probably work best against zone coverages, although the tight end can beat man coverage because you can moss a lot of defenders. But you're really just reading the high-low at this point if you're going to run this concept, and it doesn't really matter if you run to the open side of the field. I'll put B on a drag just so I have a little bit of a check down coming across the middle there as we get what looks like a cover two, and we don't get a catch and run, but you can see how that's a very good play against cover two and pretty much any zone concept. Next up, we got the Z spot. We're going to pick that, go random on defense. I find put the B receiver on a streak and put the RB back to about 20 yards. Or 15, that's fine because you need a little bit of space, but you're really just reading the high-low here. As man coverage, that flat won't be man coverage. That's kind of what that looked like. The corner route should work. Just want a better depth, and you can see right here. That looked like a man. I'm not sure what that was, but we didn't get the catch. But you can see how it gets open underneath the streak. It's really the most important part. Go ahead and do it again. So right here, he's going to get open underneath that streak again to the sideline, although we caught it that time. So that'll pull back, and you're really just working the high-low against just about any zone coverage. Although that RB route, like I said, that can get open against man. This looks like it might be a man, although I got completely cracked on a blitz there. The flat was wide open too. But let's see. Hopefully we get a man. That looks like a man. And he's got outside leverage, so he's going to cook that. Although once again, we're not getting the best throws for whatever reason. But you can see, you know, how that works. Next up, we got the verticals. Go ahead, we'll pick random again. And that's pretty much going to be the extent of it. Although you also have the running back here, which is a good check down. The A receiver can get open up cover three seams. Not sure if I'm going to see that. This looks like a man coverage once again. So the RB route can get open against man coverage, as you can see right there. That's going to be your best man play. Although I'll go over that in the one-play touchdowns here in a minute. Going to go ahead. We're going to start off with cover zero. So just block and release the running back, although he kind of already is, and then just just change your protection calls to suit. But that's pretty much all you got to do. And the RB receiver is a really good play. You just typically want to shorten the route on the other side. I would recommend putting him on corner route or a comeback or just like a slant or something. It really doesn't matter. So once again, just going to do my protection, and that's going to be all I have to do. And then, like I said, the RB route here is just a really good man beater, as he crosses for another easy catch and run one-play touchdown. Next up, we'll choose cover 1. Go one hole.
Green 25.
Same idea. Just put X on something short. Doesn't really matter. Maybe like a slant or something. That's all you really got to do because there's plenty of routes to pull back the coverage. As the RB route, once again, can get open once he crosses the field for another one-play touchdown. Next up, we have the spot lead swing. Let's pick that. We'll continue to go random on defense. Try to go to some nickel plays here.
Here we go. Easy.
So for this play here, you can run it like this, and the tight end does a really good job of blocking out in space, or at least a lot of times it does. Didn't really get that look there, but let's go and let's do it again because, like I said, you usually get that tight end to block, and it's just a really good swing route play where you can really get a lot of space. You can run this from a hash mark to go inside the field. That's probably going to be best. It's probably going to be best against zone coverage. You only really have one blocker. As you can see here, we get a blitz, which is like a one-man screen. That might be the best time to throw this, is against us, people that are sending a lot of blitzes, compared to other things. Because like right here, you can see I didn't have an advantage there. There was 2 guys that reacted to it. That's really what you're watching for. You're trying to see how many people react. As you can see here, if you got 2 like this, I can still get to the edge, but it's really dependent on whether the tight end blocks the outside guy or not. So you really want to kind of just make a numbers count right here, because like I said, if he blocks the wrong guy, you can get caught in the backfield. So really want to pay attention to how many people actually react to this play. As you can see here, I'm getting caught in the backfield quite a bit whenever I get 2 defenders. So really just keep an eye out for that, how many defenders actually come down into the box. Other than that, if you put the RB receiver on a streak and you put the X receiver on a drag, the B route can get open against a lot of different things, and the drag is just a good check down. As you can see right there, the defenders, if they react down to the swing pass, then you have another option underneath to the drag. So let's go through it one more time. Like I said, I want to see it look like it, multiple guys. As you can see right here, if they're all reacting to that or they're dropping down to that, you have another route. You could also just put him on a slant, which would be a deeper version. You see right here, we get only one guy reacting, although one guy did come from all the way across the field. So this is a play where you can really work a lot of different ways. Next up, we got the post dig. We're going to go ahead, we're going to choose coverage to coverage, starting off with coverage 0. I'm putting tight end on a slant and block and release the running back and slide pro to pick up the blitz. And that's pretty much it, as you're just going to have to wait for this guy to cross the field, and then you have a very easy one-play touchdown, which doesn't take very long. It only goes about 15 yards. Next up, we got cover 1. Let's go and pick cover 1 hold. If you want to help the one-play touchdown, just motion across the tight end, put him on a streak so you can pull back that safety a little bit. And you'll see how... If you want to help the receiver get the one-play touchdown, though, you got to sacrifice one of them by motioning the tight end across and putting him on a streak to pull back the safety. And the X receiver will be a one-play touchdown, catch and run once he crosses the safety. Next up, we'll choose cover 2 man. There it is. All you got to do, put the B receiver. I mean, you really could put any receiver. I'd probably rather do it to the tight end. Put the tight end on a 10-yard out route and motion him out, and then just put the X to about 20 yards. And that's all you really got to do. And that X receiver, I mean, you got to get some blocking though. Put the A receiver, or the A tight end rather, on a 10-yard out route. If you really want to split, you can motion him out. And that's all you really got to do, other than put the X receiver on a 20-yard stem, because that stem's just not enough. And you can see how he can split the safeties. Although I threw it a little bit early, but you can see he splits the safeties deep regardless. Go ahead and pick that again. We'll start off with some zone coverages. We'll pick coverage zone. Against cover 2, the best play is to put the RB receiver on a streak to pull back the safety, and the zig will hold that cornerback down. As you can see, we can throw it to the tight end here for a very big catch and run. I don't know why he jumped up for the ball there, but yeah, that's going to be your best play. Let's go and do that one more time. Like I said, the safety or the cornerback just doesn't really watch him. He's more concerned with the zig. And if you have a fast tight end, you could potentially be going for one-play touchdown. Next up, we have cover 3. Let's pick cover 3 right here.
Let's go.
Another play. Motion this guy out. Put him on a comeback route. I don't know if that's going to work. Hold on. So once again, motion tight end across. Put him on a streak. Put the B receiver on a corner. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to custom stem X up to about 15, maybe 20. Doesn't really matter. This should work just fine, just like this. And once again, once this X receiver crosses the safety, it's an easy one-play touchdown. Full setup would be to also custom stem B down. And you can see right there, we got more space with the cornerback much further away now.
Spider.
Next up, we'll choose cover 4. We're starting off with cover 4 match. So I'm just going to put the A route on a curl. The B receiver I'm going to put on a deep cross, and I'm going to motion across. I'm going to put the A receiver on a post. And oh, I messed that up. So I'm just going to put B on a post, A on a curl, and I'm sorry, B is supposed to be on a deep cross. I messed it up. The RB route's on a post. And then I'll motion across the deep cross. And that's all I really have to do. And then I just have to wait for the RB receiver to get going because he's going to be matched to the wrong guy. Next up, we got cover 4, drop, contain. So I'll put A on a streak, motion out B, put him on a comeback. That's all I really got to do. Just waiting for the X receiver to cross, and he'll get open. Oh, he ran into the tight end, but you'll see that he can get open. But I'll do that again. So I'll put RB on a drag just for a good check down. So I'll put A on a streak, motion B out, put him on a comeback. That's all I really got to do. As I'm waiting for X to cross the safety. And there's a pretty slow pass rush, so you can see it's an easy one-play touchdown. Is the streak pulls back the safety, B route pulls the cornerback down. Same setup for cover 4 palms. Streak A, motion this guy out, put him on a comeback. I'm going to put RB on a slant. And that's pretty much going to be the play. Although I got to buy a little time with my legs. As we get a bad pass, but we still get it over the top for the easy one-play touchdown. Next up, we have the motion slot screen. Let's go and pick that. Continue to go with random plays.
Let's go.
Not really a lot here. This you have a lot of routes to pull back coverage, and you can see what. You have a motion pre-snap, and you have a lot of routes to pull back coverage. But this play here is really going to be best if you throw it to the screen, which you can see. I had to wait a little bit for the blocker to come to the area because it's not immediate, but it still worked out.
Here we go.
The wheel route's not half bad either. As you,
Set. Hut. Ready.
as you can see here, nobody even picked up on it. And we have a screen right over the middle of the field, although I ran into my blockers. But you can see how there's a lot of opportunity there.
Here we go.
I find the wheel route's not a bad option either, as a lot of times you could throw that right away. And you can see how, you know, this play's really about the screen. You have a crossing route over the middle, which is a good secondary option.
Easy.
there's a lot going on here. So let's do that again. So I'll try to throw to this crosser because that's going to work against man or zone, really. Just to give yourself a second option. It's not the best option. The screen's the best option. But I just wanted to show that you do have other options, although you're throwing off your back foot, so accuracy could be a little bit of an issue. Go ahead and I'll try to stand the pocket a little bit taller this time. Like I said, right there, you can deliver that. You don't have to wait for the screen to develop, and it gives you a good secondary option if the heat's coming in too fast. Next up, we got the motion cross switch. Let's go and just pick that. We'll continue to go with random. So I'm just going to put the running back on a curl because there's a lot of routes here that are crossing, which means that I might be able to utilize that if my opponent follows any of these crossing routes. But the tight end leaks out into the flat pretty well against man or zone. You see right here, we're going to have man on back-to-back plays, but he's still going to get open for something. As you see, that was actually a pretty good play, but for the most part, he gets open quite a bit, so just keep that in mind, whether it's man or zone, but it's going to be better against zone. Ultimately, all these crossing routes beat man, though, or zone, and I really have the option of throwing to any of them, basically reading from front to back. I'm going to read the motion tight end, then the crosser, and then the RB route, which is coming back into play. And if, like I said, if my opponent leaves the middle of the field, you got the running back on a curl just sitting there. Although I'm going to try to keep hitting this man defender, although, like I said, against this look here, which I accidentally chose something that's like a dollar defense or something, so there's a lot of corners on the field. So that tight end's going to get open a little bit more than it usually does, but you can see how all these routes just do a good job of clearing for one another, and you just work from front to back, basically just taking the first one open that you see. Next up, out of the cluster halfback strong, we have the mesh. I'm going to pick that. We'll just go for random for now. So for this play, I'm going to put the A receiver on a streak, put the Y running back on a curl, and I'm going to re-drag these drags because they're option routes, and I don't want them to stop. So if your opponent follows the drags, you can always throw it to the running back underneath. And if it's a zone coverage, a lot of times the tight end pulling back the B route. As I messed that up because I didn't actually do that right, but you can see how I could throw it to the corner because the streak pulls back the safeties in the area against zone coverage. Although I didn't have my running back there as my check down. Here we go once again, looking like we're gonna work them drags. Like I said, if when in doubt, just hit the drags. The drags will always be open against just about every single defense in the game. And like I said, you can work that corner route against most zone coverages. It also works against man as well. Next up, we got the flanker drive. We'll go ahead, we're going to continue with, we'll start off man 0. Same play really, we're going to block and release the running back, then we're going to slide out protection to pick up the blitz. And the X receiver, he's going to get open pretty easily when he crosses, although I threw that in a pretty tight coverage because I threw it kind of early. So, block and release the running back. That's all you really got to do. Slide, pick up the blitz, and this receiver here will get open for a potential catch around one play touchdown when he crosses the field. As you can see right there, tackling from behind is not very easily. Next up, we'll choose cover one hole. So, motion across tight end, put him on a streak, block the running back. That's all you really got to do. You got two good checkdowns here. But once this guy crosses, he's going to be a one-play touchdown catch and run once he crosses the safety. Next up, we got cover 2 man. So just streak somebody. It really doesn't matter. Motion them across. And then I'm also going to extend the stem to about 15 or even 20 yards. Put somebody on a 10-yard out route. Doesn't matter which receiver it is, and block the running back. That's what you really got to do. And you just have to wait for that X receiver to cross the safety, and you can see how it can be an easy catch on one play touchdown. Even though I did fill that a little bit early, but it still worked out well. Next up, we have the 45 quick base. Just continue to go random. Just a good inside run. You got to pull and guard, so typically you want to follow your pulling guard and get behind it. As you see right there, he seals on that blitzing linebacker. But this is just a good play if anybody's not respecting the run. You can always take this outside too, although you want to run to the open side of the field if you're planning on taking it wide. Otherwise, just take it right up the middle here. Like I said, follow your lead blocker, and you can spring into daylight. So if your opponent's in something too small or they're too spread out, switch over to a run play. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.